template done. So I've run the tape this way the whole way up, and then I've trimmed it off with a Stanley knife. And then I've just run some tape going this way as well, just to give it a bit more support, so when I go to peel it off, it doesn't want to just fall apart. But I'll take this off now. I'm just going to transfer it over to that bit of sheet metal. It's just 1.2 zinc-anneal, and I'll make this new section out of that. Now I'm just going to mark the edge of where this is, just so I've got a reference point. So when I take the tape off, I know exactly where the new piece has to go back on, and also know where I need to cut. So this will give me a cut line. That gives me my bolt holes. Probably won't drill it until I get it on the car, but at least I've got something that I can use to transfer the holes with. Once this is cut out, I'll reuse this template to mark all my fold lines. But if I leave it on there while I'm cutting, the heat of the grinder will make the masking tape go all funny. So take it off, get it cut out, and then we can put it back on to get all our fold lines. And this will obviously get cut out on the inside of this line. Just checking to see if all of these lines are actually perfectly straight. So I've marked them on there. I've followed the bend radius. So this one here, I can get away with a nice straight line. These two, same thing. This top one, it's not perfectly straight. It starts straight and then it kicks off, which is this one here. So you probably see this radius is straight to about here, and then it actually tips in slightly. So when I fold this one, I'm just going to have to not fold the whole thing straight. So this part here will be straight, but this one here just runs down a tiny bit. So that's why I was just checking. But that one there is nice and straight, straight, straight. But this top one, I'm going to have to just let curl down a bit. Just got that little section folded up. So I've just got it on there with clamps, just holding it in place at the moment, but folded up all of these folds here in this little pan brake. So this angle here, instead of trying to stretch this whole thing down and around the corner, I ended up just cutting it through here and then folding this piece down to match the steel here, and then I've just welded a little wedge in. So that was a much quicker way of doing that, just adding a bit of material to it rather than trying to stretch it that whole way. So this is just all held on with clamps, obviously. Try and do this one-handed. So that's that face there. So you might be able to see. Just added a bit of metal, a little wedge in there to extend that down. I was going to do all these repairs off camera, but I figured this one's probably a good one to show. So I've wire wheeled all of this area in behind, and I was only going to do this top section, but I've noticed there's a few holes down through here. So I've drilled all the spot welds out on the support behind it. It's probably a good thing I've done that. So it had a little bit of rust down the bottom. So instead of just plating that and then not looking what's behind it, that will all need cleaning up and treating, and these bottom bits doing. But also I'll need to sort out all this at the same time, and this is a lot easier to repair when I've got both sides accessible. So I can fix this bit here, all of this rust here I'll treat. I'm going to clean all this back, and I'm going to cut a new piece, or cut all this rust out, and I'll make a new piece to replace all of this. So this is why we do rust repairs, and obviously once you start you can't half do it, you've got to keep going and do everything properly. So this will all get cleaned up, all this will get replaced, and yeah, it'll all be done properly. But this is why rust repairs can be so time consuming, because it's not just a matter of just fixing little bits like this, is you've got to unearth it and fix everything. So alright, I'll keep chipping away at it and get this bit done, and once this is done we can move on to the front.